Hi, everybody. Welcome to Freedom Speech and You. I am your host, Andrea. Thank you, Ken. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm not seeing the chat come up, so I don't know whether or not you can hear me. I'm going to be your host for a while Ken is out. And we're going to do this as we go along here. And it's been a while since I've been on, and hopefully my voice will hold out. So if you have any questions or anything, let me know. Ken will put up the links of the show at the end of the show. We're going to change some things around in the coming weeks, so you'll see some changes as far as links to the show compared to today, and email addresses and so forth. We're also going to switch everything over from Twitch and Facebook and things like that. So we will keep Ken in our prayers and thoughts. And when he comes back and he's ready to come back and host again, I'll give him the reins, and he can enjoy back to talking. Today we're going to talk about nothing but DeSantis, maybe a little bit of President Doofus, and that's putting it nicely. And anything else you want to talk about. We also will talk about, as soon as Ken sends it to me, any of the space stuff. That's his thing. He's very good at it. I'm not so much into, I know about space, but not as much as he is. And if you have any questions and all, just leave in the chat. Ken's going to have to set up the chat because I can't see you. So I don't know what is being said. Thank you to our wonderful moderators for modding for us. And let's get the show started. Today on the show, I wanted to talk about DeSantis because a lot's going on with him, and with him becoming the potentially presidential nominee. I don't even want to say that because he's not even going to make it to the primaries. I want to discuss some of the crazy crap he's doing. Yes, Debaya, I've got some stuff up for Tony Bennett passing away. 60 Minutes is doing a thing tonight on him and Lady Gaga. El Nino and the weird weather, yeah, and just this heat, ungodly heat. And we will also discuss, like I said again, about this space. Illegal labor, keeping up with the economy afloat. We can work on that too. Thank you, Debaya. I also wanted to say thank you for Ken for giving me this opportunity again. Like I said, I hope that the voice holds out. Today we're going to go 2.5 hours. Have we beaten artificial intelligence to death already? We probably have. That is Hal's thing, not my thing. So I'm not good at it. So we'll just let him handle that. Happy Sunday. It's just another fun day. Yes, it is. Benny Loco is in the house. We love Benny. Thank you, Benny. Barbie and Ken. Yes, we will talk about that too. Also, what really set me, hi, Bestie. What really set me off this week with DeSantis, and it really ticked me off, was Michael Elston, who is Buzz Burbank on the Bob Cesca show, sent me this, and it really ticked me off. The DeSantis government has thrown out all the vote by mail registrations. You must renew your request to re-up it every 2 years. In Tampa's Hillsborough County, on 71,000 people are on the mailing list compared to the 200,000 in 2022. It's more GOP cheating. And what ticked me off about this is basically they're throwing out mail-in ballots. Okay, they're throwing it out. It's very frustrating because there is people out there. Hi, Casper. There are people out there that are elderly that cannot get out to vote. So voting by mail is their only option. And I guess dipshit DeSantis forgot these people when they're in the most district that he's in, which is the villages. What really ticks me off is it is a right. It is something we are asked to do to serve our country, is to vote. It is easy. It is free. All you do is you give in your vote. You vote who you want to be in an election on the local, state, and national level. What the GOP has done, they've redistricted lines. They are now challenging things. They are trying to change the narrative and make it to where no Hispanics can vote, blacks can't vote. Now they're taking it to the point of where no one can vote by mail. And that is wrong. Wrong on so many levels. Okay. So we need to realize that voting is a right. It is a right that we were given. And if we don't stand up for our voting rights, it can be taken away. We can't let that happen. This is from the Tallahassee Democrat. How the vote in Florida under DeSantis' new law and what has changed. And I'm sorry I don't have the graphics up yet. I'm working on that. We will have a green screen and all that ready soon. We are heading into Florida's 2022 election season, and you might have forgotten or not quite sure how you've gone about it. This was written in 2022. Last year, President Governor Ron DeSantis previously declared the 2022 election was the smoothest and most successful of any state. He nonetheless called for a new bill adding numerous restrictions on voting, the voting process, and state goal of making the state and local elections more secure. This was in 2022. The first bill, SB 90, requires more information to updating existing voter registration. Mind you, this was in 2022. Okay. Okay. To collect and drop off ballots, limits and when you drop boxes could be used, add requirements and language for non-government groups running voter registration drives, and a dramatically increased potential fines for deadline polling places. Prohibited local and state officials from using outside funding election-related expenses, even during emergencies. The first bill passed along with partisan lines, and DeSantis signed it live on Fox. This was in 2022, after the elections. Okay? If you hear noise, it's the cat playing with the toys. The law was immediately challenged by the court and by the Florida League of Women Voters, NAACP, and other plaintiffs. A federal judge struck down parts of the law in March as being unconstitutional, discriminatory against Black voters, but in an appeals court issued a stay of the judge's ruling this past May, keeping the law in place for upcoming elections. Arguments in the case are scheduled to take place in September before a panel of the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. This was on a ruling back in 2020, okay? So now, jump ahead, we have this new stuff going on with throwing out all the vote by mail registrations. Who does this benefit? Doesn't benefit the Democrats. Doesn't benefit the blacks or the Hispanics. Who does it benefit? It benefits the GOP. We can't let this happen. So keep an eye on that, on what the new laws are. I am positive that this will be challenged in the courts as well. The next thing that I wanted to discuss, which has to do, and Nick Rich will be happy about this, is the 8:50 p.m. Eastern, 5:15 Pacific rocket launch from Cape Canaveral SpaceX 22 Starlink satellites. It is a rocket launch that's going to happen tonight. I can't tell you much more about it because I don't know much more about it. But Ken's will post something on the Discord or on Twitter as to what that is all involved. I know it's a launch. It's from Starlink satellites, which is Elon's rockets. And that will happen at 8:15 this evening. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the Trump stuff going on in the GOP and the Barbie thing. And when I was growing up, I didn't have Barbies. My sister had them. I am part Blackfoot Indian. I had a grandfather that was 80% Indian, and my father was 50% Indian. And I played with little Indian dolls. Hey, I played with Indian dolls, with little papooses, little teepees, things like that. My sister had the Barbies. It's just a way to deflect. It is a way for the GOP to deflect and be dumb again, like they did with the stoves, which didn't last, with the beer. Oh, and by the way, Bud Light is owned by Anheuser-Busch, and Anheuser-Busch is the owner of Busch Gardens. So, yeah, that has to do with tourism in the state of Florida. Yeah. So again, attack another tourist area, which goes along the lines of DeSantis, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So this big deal with this Barbie movie, which is exceeding, expectations on the scale of going to watch it. It's racked in loads of money, despite the GOP's efforts to stop it. And it's a doll. They're worried about a doll that was made into a movie. Don't they have anything better to do with their time? It is beyond dumb. It's just beyond dumb. It's a movie. I mean, it's sad that they are not focusing on things they should, and they're focusing on the stupid shit. But that's the state of the GOP. So I'm happy that the movie did well. I think it is also I think it's also a reason for us to also stick together, and just let the stupidity roll, because it's going to backfire on them, like it always has, like it has with the stove, like it has with the beer, like it has with everything else that they've tried to pull. It's just a smoke screen. It's trying to deflect, and we're just going to let them do it because it's dumb. Also, Ken just sent this to me. It's how AI is being used on a political campaign by DeSantis and Trump. I cannot post that link because I cannot put screen stuff up yet. I will when I get my computer. And this was one of the main reasons for the title that we had today, which was DeSantis. So if I'm jumbling around a little bit, it's because I'm kind of getting stuff thrown at me all at the same time. So I apologize. But that is along the lines of DeSantis and him trying to stop AI and trying to stop the voting. It's just DeSantis. He is very, I think he's got 12% in the polls right now. He's not going to make it to the primaries at all. Unfortunately, he's bringing Florida down at the same time. Does anybody else have any questions? We lost one of probably the greatest singers this week. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. I read about DeSantis and the Civil Defense Force that veterans joined and left because they were worried it was turning into a private militia. It was in The Guardian. I hadn't heard that, but it doesn't surprise me if he did try to do that or that did happen. I can look that up, Casper. Non-voters are pissing Benny Loco off. I agree, Benny. All over the U.S., Casper, crazies have taken over the shooting clubs and Deputy Sheriff's Association militia. Lots of vets. It's, it's sad because they believe the crazy. It's sad. That's a bit scary, Wes. Yes, it is. It's very scary, Casper. Most rural areas, Casper, are not real. Police force depends on the deputies to maintain the order when there is a large gathering. Yeah, that's what police officers and military has to do. That's why we have we call in military from time to time when we need it. Oh yeah, Ben Shapiro. Okay, my answer to that, Aaron, is he did a rant on Barbie. Okay, Ben Shapiro did a rant on Barbie, and I wish I could pull it up. My thing is, how do you know so much about Ken? My guess is Shapiro played with dolls when he was little, which is nothing wrong with that. Admit it. But he went on this big rant about Barbie and this big rant about Ken. Well, it tells me a little bit of something about you, which is nothing wrong with that. But, if you're going to sit there and complain about it, it was, if I could put up the screens and stuff, I would, so you guys could see what was going on, but I can't. So I apologize for that. One of the other things that we need to watch out with DeSantis is, oops, sorry, baby. One of the other things that we're going to have to watch out with DeSantis is after the new year, he's going to get madder, and because he's not progressing in the polls by then. He's not progressing in them now. He's not going to progress in them then, hopefully. We're going to get more laws done, and he's going to do it, and he's sneaking them, and he's doing them in the middle of the night. So we need to be really mindful of that, and we need to start, as Democrats, we need to start standing up to it, and we need to, as Benny says, get into action. Go out to your local Dems, make calls, go out there and get on your feet and get out there and get the vote out. Get out there and talk about voting. A lot of people that are in homes that can't get out and they can't go out and vote, they don't know about what's going on about this, or they don't understand it. Make text messages. Democrats have a thing now where you can make text messages or send emails if you can't talk on the phone, or make phone calls. Get out there and get that out there. A lot of veterans that were deputies are also getting old, 50 and older, not so much adventurous. This is true, but don't count them out. Debaya. I bet how are they hypersexualizing stereotypes? I don't know, Abbott's a creature of his own. This week he decided to put these big red balls and these big red balls with blade type things on it to keep the immigrants from coming over. They went to court about it. The court struck it down, and they told them it was against the law to do that, and he had to get him out of there. So, you know, Abbott's a totally separate beast than what they're both disgusting, but a totally separate beast than what DeSantis is. And watch for that. There's going to be some political fallout for that, and he's not going to win this because it will go to the Supreme Court. So watch for that too. Hang on, grandchildren. Hang on a second. So watch for that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about too was, and was brought up to me, was what's going on in Ukraine. Our good friend Philip Bittner, who we adore, I guess early in the week, he was attacked digitally. They went through his Facebook and all of that. We need to support him, and we need to go to his YouTube page, Philip Bittner Vlogs. Hit that like, subscribe, because right now that's the only way that he can get his information about Ukraine out there. We adore him. He is a wonderful correspondent from Ukraine for Hal. So please go there, like, subscribe, listen to it, watch and listen to his vlogs. But what's happening to him is very wrong. Evil is normalized. Yep. There's there's the photos. You can go online and see the photos of the balls. There are balls attached in between them, or razor blades in between the balls. Cluster bombs are evil also, yes. No matter what Hal and Philip say. Yes. So please go over there and support Philip. We adore him. Please do that, because he can't get his word out there other than being on Tom Hartman and being on Hal. I'm trying to get him set up for Texas Paul. Hopefully that will work out and he can get on there too. But please, please, please support him on the YouTube platform, because right now that's the only platform he has. Benny, do you want to come on and come on here? So we can have some chit chat. Also, if you want some information on Ken's space stuff, he can post links for you on the Discord and on Twitter and Threads on what the upcoming rockets are. Once I get everything set up, then I'll be able to do that on here. I apologize for the jumbling around and trying to get everything done up. This is just going to take some time getting used to and doing everything again, so I apologize. Casper, that will be one of the main things we will have on here. I know you and Nick Rich like the space part, so we will keep that continued in the show. I'll have to learn real quick how to be a space nerd like Ken. The other thing that I wanted to talk about DeSantis is he is a very evil person, but he's also very cunning, and he does things behind the voters' backs, and he does a lot of these laws in the middle of the night, which is how this law snuck through about the voting. This happened Friday evening, and I got the notification about it Saturday morning. So this was done in the early morning hours between Friday and Saturday. From what I'm understanding, this law will start August 1st. So if you live in Florida, this will all be all of the other registrations that you had in the state of Florida will be gone. All the mail-in information in every county in the state of Florida will be gone. And you will have to re-register. So you'll have to go to vote.org and you'll have to re-register, or go to your local voter election in your county and go there. You can call them, or you can go online and you can vote. You can set up your re-registration there. I am assuming that you will only be able to do it this way. You won't be able to do it at the time of voting the way that DeSantis has changed some of that. So check with your local voter elections and how that's going to work. I'm sure Nikki Fried, who is the chairwoman of the Florida Democrats, will put out something about that. I'm going to try and see if I can get a hold of her, so maybe she can talk to us about some of that. So if you know somebody that's in Florida, please encourage them to get out there and re-register. Unfortunately, we have to do it if we want to vote. Sadly, that's the way things are until we can change it, or until we can get him out. And if we can make that change and get out there and vote, we can vote DeSantis out. So does anybody have any more questions on anything that they want to talk about? I'll get to the Tony Bennett in a little bit. Hi, Janie. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. The link I was trying to share was about AI being utilized in DeSantis and Trump ad. Yes, but I can't share the link. I can't share the link, Ken. I can't show it. One of the other things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, but if you have any suggestions on what you want to talk about on the show, please go on our Discord, Freedom Speech and You. Those of you that are Patreons, go to the Freedom Speech and You Patreon. Mark in the comments what you want to hear and see. Things are going to get better. I'm getting my desk tomorrow. I'm going to be getting my laptop on the 1st. I'm very excited about it. I will use Jim. I will be getting in contact with you on setting everything up. If Jim the Geek is on, I can't see the comments all the way, so I don't know if he's on or not. And I'm going to be getting that set up, so it'll be a little bit, I'll be able to do the green screen and I can show stuff. We got to stop meeting like this. I know, Jim. Yeah, I know. Well, you're gonna have to help me. It's a MacBook. It's gonna be a MacBook, so you're gonna have to help me. I'm assuming computers are all the same. No clue. So the reason I got the MacBook is because it works with my iPads and my phones, so it'll be intercompatible, and that's the theory anyway. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. We will be setting up a Freedom Speech and You on Threads. We will be setting up a Freedom Speech and You on Mastodon and on Spoutable. This week we'll get that all set up. Post News. Many of you know Post Dot. It's okay. It's more of a news thing because it's run by Post News. But they're very informative, so you can check it out. No, I know nothing about Mac. Okay, well, you can help me set certain things up, I guess. Macs work the same as phones. Yeah, I know they work the same as the iPhone. I just, setting it up and all. Um, all Macs work pretty much the same. Windows keeps changing. Yeah. I don't need, what's it on Windows 22 now? I mean, I haven't had a computer for 13 years, so I know nothing about Windows anymore. On Post News, they have Project RFK Jr. Super PAC has deep ties to Marjorie Taylor Greene and George Santos. Does this surprise us? The Super PAC is just one example of the normally Democratic candidate running as a campaign that's washed in support from the backers of Donald Trump. Well, we knew that. Talking about Chevron. So it's very informative. One of the other things that was trying to pull it up if I can. Maybe Ken can for me if I send him the link. Was about the death of Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett, I grew up listening to him with my mom. A grandmother adored his music. He was still doing concerts, even with dementia. He was still doing concerts. Last concert he did with Lady Gaga, he had one moment of clarity and he remembered her. It was beautiful, and it was on 60 Minutes. Anderson Cooper had shown it on Threads today. If I could pull it up, I would show you. It's absolutely, I cried. It made me cry. It was very beautiful. But he passed away this week, and just a tremendous talent, just a beautiful man. Get down. Hang on, the cats. Just a beautiful, hey, Trucker John. Just a beautiful singer. And he will definitely be missed. I know Wes liked Tony Bennett. Wes being the musician that he is and the singer that he is. I know that Tony Bennett was one of his favorites. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? I'm trying to see if I can get Boston and Brian to come on. Benny, I just sent you a DM. Is there anything that you guys wanted to know or have any questions about or anything like that? If you have any questions for Ken, I can text him the answers, or I can give you the answers. You can text me about the space. I can't. I wish I could see the chat because I can't see it at all. One of the other things that Post is good for news, but most news outlets they're charged to view. If you get the app, um, I don't know if you can see it, but the Post app is right there. They have an app now, so if you get the app, you can you can watch it. You can read the notes. They're pretty up to date. Um, Windows 11 is what they're up to now. Uh, Aaron. Yes, and that's a big thing in Florida, Wes. I was trying to find the link to that. Um, I was trying to find the link to that. Hang on. But hang on a minute. And someone had sent it to me. Hang on a minute. Sorry. Somebody had sent it to me. But it didn't come all the way through. It was about not having Black history in our schools in Florida. Which is disgusting. Sinatra was flashy, Bennett was laid back. Yes. And he was very low key on his music. He was just it's very soothing to listen to Tony Bennett. Sinatra was very. Ken is doing okay. Let me read you his. He put it on Discord, and not everybody has seen it yet. Basically, what happened was June 12th. Ken had a bump appeared on his neck. He thought it was a bug bite. Didn't do anything about it that day. He didn't do anything with it until June 25th, and it was a Sunday. And he went to urgent care after I told him to go to the ER. He went to urgent care, and they gave him antibiotic and sent him home. He waited to get an ultrasound, between doctors and trying to get in to get the doctors and the CT scans. He finally got one, and last Sunday, he had called me and said that he was having trouble turning his head. He was having trouble smiling, and I said, "You need to go to the ER." And thank goodness he did. He found out that he went ahead and got into the ER. They did a bunch of testing on him. And they did ultrasounds, they did CAT scans, and they did some biopsy. It's some kind of cancer. They don't know yet because we haven't gotten the pathology back on it. He doesn't know what it is. It's a soft mass. It's inside of his neck area, and it is and he was in the hospital for 4 to 5 days. So we're going to keep our prayers for Ken. I don't know if many of you noticed it, that he was drinking a lot more. He was coughing a lot more. So I'm glad that we found out what it was and what's going on with him. So that's why I'm taking over for this show. He's got a lot to go through. Once they get the pathology back, we'll know exactly what's going on with the cancer, what kind it is, what kind of treatment's going to be done. They did see some infection around it, so they put him on antibiotics. He's been taking that. But as soon as they get the pathology back, Ken will know more, and will know more what to do. He had put a whole thing on Discord about what happened and why he was in the hospital. That's basically it. It's a small soft tissue mass inside of his neck. And he's had 3 different kinds of CAT scans. So the oncologist, he's seeing an oncologist, and they they're getting him towards the course of action that they will need to do to help with this type of cancer once they know what's going on. That's what's going on with Ken. I don't know if some of you noticed it in the Sparklers Zoom meetings and stuff like that, that he had been laying more and not sitting up as much and stuff. So that's what's been going on. And we didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything until Ken knew what was going on. But last weekend scared me enough to say to him. And being a nurse, that was enough for me to say, no, you got to go. You got to go to the ER. And I'm glad that he did. So, is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Different sorts of passion, but you have to use a little when you sing. Yeah, it's not, I don't think it bothers his vocal cords as much. The area where it's at, Wes, is, it's in an area where I don't think it bothers his vocal cords. Do you think Kemp is in trouble? Hope so. I think he is. I don't know how that's going to work out. I think he's going to be in trouble, but I don't know how that's going to work out. Tony Bennett did a song with Amy Winehouse. Yes, he did. Amy Winehouse, I implore you guys to listen to her music. She had been young, but man, could she sing. And it beautiful music, like big band music. She could sing. So, yes, they did a duet together, and it brought tears to your eyes. All AI and political campaigns. Yes, I can't pull up the link. I can't show it, but Aaron posted it in the chat. So if you wanted to click on that, you can click on that and watch it when you got a chance. I can't pull it up. Hopefully next week or the next 2 weeks, I'll have everything, have my shit together, and we'll have it all going. I'm going to paint this green, so I have a green screen. But we'll get it up and get it rolling and get it going. Any other questions? I wish I could see this chat, but I can't. I still think that others were better singers, Elvis and Bing, Perry Como, but my favorite singers are black. My favorite rappers are white. Wes, I love you, Wes. Of the 14 people cited in Florida, standards riders never were slaves. 13 to 14 didn't learn their skills as slaves, and one white sister of George Washington. Yeah. And what they're saying is disgusting. Hey, Cran. What they're saying about, it's just disgusting. Their spoken word is closer to my own. I can identify with oh, geez. Wes, please behave. The Marjorie Taylor Greene, everybody's saying prayers and giving love to Ken. Marjorie Taylor Greene was disgusting. She will be charged, hopefully, for that, because it is a crime what she did. Even some of her own people in the GOP were disgusted. Hi, Tina Piazza. If I could pull it up, I would pull up I wouldn't pull up the whole thing, but pull it up. I see you there, Cran. But what she did in Congress this week was appalling, disgusting, pathetic, and she's just nasty. Oh, she's nasty. There was no reason for that. And it didn't have anything to do with the topic. It didn't have anything to do with the IRS. She could have stated that without showing the graphics of it, and I hope Hunter Biden sues her ass off, because that was wrong. He's not in political office. He has nothing to do, unlike Jared and Ivanka and Don Jr. and Eric. They had nothing to do. Hunter Biden had nothing to do with any political office. So there's no reason for her to be doing this other than she's disgusting and pathetic. Anything else you guys want to talk about, or you want me to say in the comments or anything? Cran, what over in your part of the world? What do they think about all of the political stuff going on in America? Cran is overseas. Again, I can't see your posting unless it's posted for me, so I can't see what's going on. I mean, I could probably go on. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. She tries to be nasty. What? Would be nice if ethics. You know, I think that's what's going to happen, Jim. I hope it happens. It should happen, but I think that's what's going to happen. Falcon 9, Starlink 6622, each 8:50 p.m., 5:50 p.m. Pacific, 12:50 UTC, AM UTC. Okay, again, Wes, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm having to look on my own page, on the own thing to look at that. I'm going to set it right here so I can kind of look at you and look at this same thing. Yes, they do need to get rid of her, Jim. I don't know what it's going to take for them to do that. She's so disgusting. Her and Lauren Boebert, you know, they're just both. I mean, Lauren Boebert's disgusting in her own way. She's just downright totally disgusting. Hang on a minute. I'm getting a text. So Boston Brian is going to come on, hopefully. He just texted. Let's behave, please. I think that, number one, I thought they took her off of that committee in the first place, didn't they? Jim, correct me, or Ken, correct me if I'm right about that. But didn't they take her off that committee? So she shouldn't have been even having a hearing about it. Hey, Ken, what is this, the rocket that's going up? Are they sending supplies anywhere? Or are they just doing testing on it, on this flight? I know you're having fun. I know you're having fun, Wes. I can't contain him. This is true, Cran. How over in your side of the world, what do they think about the United States and all this Trump and all of this stuff going on? Internet access. What do you mean internet access? They're putting stuff up there for internet access? Or are they sending supplies to ISS? Is that what they're doing? And MTG was removed from committees last August. This is her second term. Ah, gotcha. We don't care. We have our own idiots in charge. Very true, Gran. I was just wondering if anybody, are they disgusted by it, or are they just like, let the United States do their own thing? There was a by-election in England this week. 3 seats were Tory, and they held one. Labour won, and Liberal Democrats got the other. Oh, Wes. The major stuff, and Philip Bittner use it for internet. Oh, the Starlink stuff, right? Is that what you're talking about? They're taking up more Starlink stuff? That's what they're sending up. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Oh, and by the way, Twitter won't be Twitter anymore. Just to let everybody know, Elon has changed the name of Twitter. Let me read this to you. He posted it today. He got rid of the bird, and he's now calling it X. Don't know why. Twitter is set to rebrand as X. Twitter. Oh, that's good, Aaron. That was good. Twitter is rebranded as X. That was good. Twitter is rebranded as a new logo resembling Elon Musk's favorite letter X. Tweets will be renamed X. Twitter owner Elon Musk said Sunday he plans to rebrand the platform and do away with the iconic logo of the bird. And soon we will bid adieu to the Twitter brand gradually for all the birds. So my thing to you is, if you have Twitter, which I plan to do, run. Little satellite scared over outer space, probably. Wes. If Zuck were smart, he would snag that name now that he's throwing that out. Twitter is too long of a word for him. Exactly, Jim. Exactly. Yeah, so that's the main thing. So it's starting, I guess, this week you'll start seeing it. It's black. It's a black background with just an X. That's it. It's a totally black background with an X. That's all it is. I don't know. I like Threads. I love Spoutable. Spoutable I like. I'm hoping that Zuckerberg takes the opportunity to snag the name. Because that would be cool if he did. I think that would be the bitch slap to Elon. So I think if Zuck were smart, he'd do that. Trying to get the picture up so you guys can see the picture of what it's going to look like. Elon Musk has to finish starting deployment to keep up with the frequencies to FCC assignment to his company. Yeah, mine too, Jim. Mine too. Instagram is fun, Wes. Wes, you're a Facebook kind of guy. I wish that they could show it, but yeah, it's going to be. Here it is. Here it is. If I can pull this around, if you guys can see it. That's what it's going to look like. It's gonna look like that X right there. I love Spoutable. I like Threads too, but Spoutable I like a lot more. Mickey Mouse. um, but that was another big thing that happened actually 9 hours ago is when he announced it. So look for changes this week. Elon's just another idiot in the platforms. Black Batman crosses the sky X. Oh, no worries. No worries, Wes. Aaron West. Threads is too blah. It depends on if you have a lot of people. Now, if you're on Instagram already, you can everything will transfer to the Threads. You love me, Wes. Hush. I'm your favorite witch. Hey. Get down. Get out. Get out. There's a real life cat fight going on here. They're fighting. Quit it. Quit. They're fighting. Never got an Instagram account. I don't do videos. It depends on what thing on Instagram. They have different things. They don't do videos. I mean, they do videos, but you can kind of Instagram. You can kind of pick and choose what you want. You know, and what you want to see, and it keeps it pretty in line with pretty much what you like. That part of it I like. Their algorithm is a little bit more towards what you really like. I've been on IG for years. Don't like it that much either. What's your favorite platform, Trucker John? How many of you are going to leave Twitter? Not exciting like advertising. Yeah, but Debaya, you seem to tend towards Facebook more though. More so. YouTube is your favorite, yeah. Yeah, but the only thing is with YouTube, I mean, like you can go to different pages on YouTube that you like, whereas Instagram comes up, you see it for a brief second and you're done with it on some of the stuff. So it's kind of nice there. They all think that they're putting themselves out there. Yeah, kind of, but not, I mean, you see that on YouTube though, Debaya. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You know, so all platforms are kind of like that, but I like Instagram because there's ones that I follow that keep in line with who I like the most. You know, I have it set up to where I don't have it to go to any other streams. Instagram is Instagram, Facebook is Facebook, YouTube is YouTube. It's all separated. They're not intertwined. Some people like all of that all in one thing, but I don't. I don't like people too much. I don't like it when they gush over at church at me. Wes, that's because you have a beautiful voice and you can sing. You're staying on the tweeter, Jim? Even with that X, Jim? Yeah, but Wes, how many times have you been in Zuckbuck jail? Is there anything, any questions anybody has? Hang on a second. I think Benny responded to me. I just deleted my TikTok account today, even though it was my biggest platform. Why did you do that, Trucker John? That's because you see you at church. You're still, Wes, you always say that. You always say that you're on parole from Zuck jail. I don't think you're ever going to get out of there. The cat is Casper still there? Did Nick Rich come in? I haven't seen him tonight because because TikTok is malware and spying for the CCP. That's what Trucker John says. Yes, it is malware, Trucker John. Hal warned us of that too. So it's that Timu thing. You're just very quiet tonight, Casper. So is there anyone, like, I never get TikTok either. No, I didn't get it either. Oh, Wes. Please behave, Wes. So is there, with the new platforms that are out, like I said, Mastodon, Spoutable is on iPhones and on Android. Then they've got Post. Mastodon, let me show you something on Mastodon. Mastodon, if I can get it up here, if you can see it, you may not be able to see it. Maybe two. Hang on a second. I don't know if you can see it, but crap. Mastodon has a lot of the information about the Ukraine war. That's what I like about it. It has a thing called Ukraine War Bulletins, and it's by the Ukraine government, and it shows a lot. I wish I could show it. It's too you can see it. It's too if you can see it or not. I'm not good at this kind of stuff. But that's the thing. But they show you that when we had that one thing about Ukraine and Russia going on, and I had mentioned it in chat, that's where I got it from. I got accounts, most of them claim to be Jim the Geek name. That's one of the things I like about Mastodon. Spoutable is more like Twitter. I like it a lot. You can talk to people more. It's more like-minded, like us, democratic, like-minded. Christopher Busey's done a really good job with that platform and getting it up and going in such a short time. So Spoutable is probably one of my favorites. And Threads. And Spoutable app. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. I don't know if you can see it or not. But the Spoutable app is right there. And the Threads app is right there. So, oh, and Ken, is there going to be any Bezos rockets or anything from NASA as far as rockets going up in the future? Because we still didn't have that rocket yet from, they had to hold that back. The Artemis. Are they going to do anything with that? Would you read right, Jim? They're not all your trolls, Wes. They're your girlfriends. Oh, Wes, don't even go there with that. I can't speak to that right now. Um, and Wes, you're not a troll. So, the other thing that I'm going to go on Twitter here, which is nothing but a cesspool of yuck. Um, Boston Brian put up he is on Twitter as Boston Brian underscore 23. But he also has a YouTube. It's Dim's Boston Brian. And check him out because he's got some really good YouTube videos. Like him, subscribe him. He's funny. Hang on a second. Oh, and the Jason Aldean thing. I could care less about it and what's going on there. Most of the upcoming launches for the next 2 months are SpaceX Firefly space mission, Vandenberg, California, and Atlas rocket from Florida in September. They're not gonna do Artemis this year at all, then, Ken? Probably not. Next year they will. So did they totally scrub that one launch, right, Ken? Longer let up time. Yeah. I was hoping that they were going to launch this year. Happy anniversary to Robert Brunswick and his wife, Marianne. He is one of our sparklers, and him and his wife just celebrated 36 years. Wes, what are you talking about? Check out Politics Girl. I'm trying to get her thing. Hang on a minute. Trying to pull up her thing. She posted a thing on the horrible things happening in America right now, teaching our children slaves were likely to learn skills or allowing women to bleed out in the hospital parking lots or pushing migrants into rivers or drown them could be stopped by women who exactly look like me. Um, I Everybody needs to watch that. If you know who Politics Girl is, please watch her. Politics new girl video slamming white women is great. Thank you, Nick. No, it's okay, Nick. We're working on it. Don't worry about it, Nick. We'll get you straight on Zoom. I think it's your service, Nick. I think it's just your service. We'll get it figured out for you. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, Jim. That's the one I'm talking about that she just posted. Leah never holds back. Politics Girl never holds back. So, I really like her. She tells it like it is. So if you can catch her out, she's on Twitter, she's on Instagram, she's on YouTube. Politics Girl on YouTube. NASA.gov has a blog about the SLS Artemis 2. My equipment is the problem, just like everybody. Yeah, Nick. When you were off the screen, we could hear you better. It was when you came on the screen that things got jumbled up. So I'm not sure. Ken could tell you what that was. When you weren't on the screen, we could hear you really good. But when you jumped back on the screen is when things went kind of wonky. So I'm not quite sure what that was, but Ken could probably tell you what it was. Oh, Wes, please behave. 5G, it will solve all your troubles. I don't think that's necessarily so, Wes. I think it's the internet provider. Cheap tech gives cheap effects. Spectrum, I've had Spectrum for years. My son works for them. And let me tell you, Spectrum sucks. I've had Frontier and I have not had any problems. So, everybody understands that I'm really Ken, right? No, get out of my drink. You're not having my tea. Goodbye. Grayson, no. Problem child cat. So, any other questions you guys have? I apologize for the lack of setup. I got to get back into the swing of things of doing this again. It's been a long time since I've done this. Yeah, I usually do the show from my living room. Yes, I do miss that. You're going to have to send me that link, Wes. $100 cell phone with only free apps, low quality. Oh, okay. You know what? To solve these problems, using a desktop and not a phone. Yeah, that's right. I'm a desktop snob. Jim, I will soon be a desktop. I'm using my iPad right now, and I'm looking down at because I'm finally got brainy with it, and looking at my thing because for some reason I couldn't get the chat to come up on the StreamYard. So, but I'm having to look down. But when I'm modding, I mod with the phone and the iPad and the TV's on and all of that. Because I'm busy doing multiple things during the chat. My studio flood. My studio is in the floodplain. What over? Yeah, well, no. What do you mean floodplain? There is no floodplain where you live, Wes. All the wires. Oh, that you mean? Oh, the wires are underground, right, Wes? 5G full bars is fast data, but 5G 1 bar is barely above dial speed with no upload speed. You can't do videos under those conditions because the audio will drop out. Yeah, what the reason why they went to 5G from 2G, Ken, just for the speed. Hal needs a good machine to get the word out. I only need to connect the lights. Yeah, Nick, that's why he's getting the new equipment. For speed, okay. Because I was thinking it was maybe along the lines, remember when we went from analog to digital? Maybe that was the kind of reasoning behind it. I think it also depends on your cell phone provider too. All frequencies are reassigned to 5G. On just on like laptops, phones, and all that, right? That's nothing to do with the cable, or nothing to do with like your TVs and stuff like that. I remember party line phone calls. I do too, Nick Rich. I do too. Boy, that's changed. Yeah, I am right. Yeah, okay. And you can still get analog shows. If you have an antenna, you can still get that, or you have one of those boxes or whatever. I still get Unchained TV and some of these other antenna shows, and I like watching some of the old shows. A lot depends on where the nearest tower is, what your walls are made of, and what the tall buildings are. Yeah, I've noticed, like in here, I can do this. In this room, I can do it. I can do my stuff in the living room. But if you go in my room, can't. I can't. When you go into my room, it's like I can do the phone in there, but anything else I can't. So, and I think that's because that was an add-on. It ended up being a garage at some point when we moved into the house, and they made it into a bedroom. So I think that's could be part of it. Yeah, I've noticed when you go to certain banks or stuff, my phone, I can't get on the internet near them. I've noticed that too. So I think that has something to do with that too. You're right, Jim, on that. 2 and 3G frequencies became 5G frequencies. Worst problem is you often cannot disable 5G if 4G is working better. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I did not know that, Ken. But you hardly ever see 2G and 4G anymore anyway. Oh, Lord, Wes. Well, and another thing, Ken, well, are they going to, there was another talk about this too. On the AM and FM, do you think they'll get rid of AM? But my family knows how to on their phone. Oh, okay. Do you think they'll get rid of AM radio, Ken? That was another thing that was talked about this week. When my roommate bailed 10 years ago, I cut cable and TV completely, cell data plan ever since. Big savings. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. But you also got to upgrade too, Nick, onto that 5G. Like get internet, only have internet, and boost it up to the 5G. It'll save you in the long run on being able to use your phone and stuff. That's the EV cars, electronics being noise source for the AM radio. Oh, okay. So that didn't have anything to do with the AM part of it then. As long as there are still old white boomers around, AM will continue. Yeah. I like listening to the local AM radio every once in a while. Yeah, well, what's his name? He passed away recently. Rush Limbaugh used to use AM for some of his shows. My data icon says 5G. Yeah, you may want to check your, having just the cell phone, Nick, you're going to need the internet with it. I think that might be part of the problem is you're just using the cell phone and you need the internet with it. Which is, look for a good internet service that's not expensive just for the internet only. WLS in Chicago, we could get that at night. Yeah, I like some of the AM radios. Remember when computers entered home and office with the AM radio buzz data sounds and you use it? Yep. AOL used to do that. AOL used to do that, Ken. Remember? There are no AM stations around here that had anything good on them. Half the FM stations play that horseshit country music. Same thing with EV cars, yeah. Can they change that in those EV cars? Or is that something that's just totally not gonna happen with the AM radio? It's just not gonna be able to do. I liked AOL. There was nothing like getting that thing that said, "You got mail." I mean, I still have an AOL account, but it doesn't do the "we've got mail" anymore. Remember early cell phones making your radio buzz before the phone rang? Yep. I remember that. Yep. I still have my AOL, Jim. Still have all my AOL accounts and they match my YouTube, Google names. Oh Lord, Wes. How many names are we up to now, Wes? It's radio interference. Well, you still get that staticky sound on some of the AM radio stations. Even today on a car that's not an EV. My connection last Zoom with 0 data left. I was buffering and reloading constantly. Maybe in 2 weeks you won't be. No, Nick, we just got to get you set. No, it's not an annoyance, hon. It's just we need to get you set up properly so you can interact with us. People are duplicating them all the time. 3, Wes, Webb, and me. Yeah, well, that's because you're popular, Wes. Ask Cramboni. You're popular. So like I said, mention things in Discord that you want me to talk about on future shows. Reach out on me on Twitter. I'll have my Twitter for a little bit longer, but we're going to switch everything over to Threads and Spoutable and Mastodon and Twitch. The Twitch will be set up this week. Like I said, everything's going to be switched over. So, leave in the comments, even on YouTube, leave in the comments if you want us to talk about something. Because after all, this is freedom speech, and we want to know what you want to talk about. That is very true, Wes, about Nick. It's very true. Nick, Rich, anything you want to ask Ken about the rockets or anything? The oh wait, the one thing I did want to talk about until Brian gets here. The Kiev Independent, these are the indicative estimates of Russia's combat losing as of July 23rd, according to the U.S. Armed Forces records. About 2 minutes. Okay. Oh, for the rocket launch. Russia losses as of July 23rd. 241,950 lost troops, 8,105 APVs, 7,172 vehicles and fuel tanks, 4,151 tanks, 4,658 artillery systems, 3,958 UAVs, 697 MLRs. This is the losses of the Russians. 315 planes, 310 helicopters, 1,298 cruise missiles, 451 anti-aircraft warfare, 696 special equipment, and 18 boots and cutters. And this comes from the Kiev Independent. These are all the losses this past week that the Russians lost. 1 minute until launch. But Boston Brian put that out about 5 hours ago from the Kiev Independent. Going to my first water district meeting on Tuesday night, going to meet the board, got to be on my best behavior. I am so excited for you, Jim. I am so excited. Nick Rich wants to know, Ken, when will Artemis actually put people back on the on Luna before 2023? Do it 2030. Jim, I'm so incredibly excited for you. Now you're going to run for that office, right, Jim? Maybe we can get Carl Frisch on here. Launch in progress, says Ken. Best wishes and continued prayer for you, Jim the Geek. I am so incredibly excited for you. So, Jim, you are running for that position, right? Artemis 3 is the moon mission. And when is the Artemis 3? I think that's what that's what Nick's trying to find out. This is interesting. Artemis 3 is the moon mission. No, at this point, I'm trying to fill out someone's term. Oh, then after their term is over, you can try and get reelected. Mueller, she wrote, just put, I am being told there are a bunch of big news media production trucks parked outside the D.C. courthouse. Anyone know how long they've been there? Next is Artemis 2, maybe this year or next, then circles the moon, doesn't land. Well, Ken, that's a question I've always wondered. Why is it taking so long to go back up to the moon? You know, from 1967 till now, why is it taking so long for them to do that? Yes, after the term is up, I think about, oh, good, Jim. So something's going on at the D.C. courthouse. I'm thinking maybe they're going to indict Trump Monday or Tuesday. So I'm very, very, very excited for Jim. This is very exciting. Rating the spacecraft for the moon landing is a versus low Earth orbit ISS mission. Yeah, but what I don't understand though is if we could do it 50 years ago, 50 something years ago, and we did it with less technology than we have now, why can't we do it now? Why is it taking so long to do it? I mean, and grant you, back then we didn't have half the technology we got. We didn't even have a portion of the technology that we got now, and they did it. You know, I just don't get why it's not, why we haven't done it yet. Trucker John money, that could be. But then they did the space shuttles. By the way, you're doing great hosting. Thank you, Nick. I don't feel like it, but thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. You know, I think at one time our space was, back when the Challengers were around, we had a greater appreciation for space than what we do now. We had a stronger thing for it, it seems. Haven't decided if I'll wear socks to the meeting. Wear socks to the meeting, Jim. Different hardware. This is totally different rocket capsule. Crews of 4 versus crews of 3. They need to certify Starship for moon landing. Yeah, but those, to me, those seem like excuses. We had less than that when we went on the moon. Oh, okay, Jim. Then, yeah, maybe not. Money is imaginary. I have no idea where it is. Oh, Wes. Log your duration stays as well. True, but I don't know. It just seems like we should have been there before now. Again, before now. So we'll get there, I guess, with going to the moon. Ken, when they put stuff up into space, what happens to the old stuff that they don't use anymore? Does it stay up there or do they bring it back? Like, does the space equipment that doesn't work anymore, does it stay up in space, or do they send a crew out there to come and get it? Congress has a way of defunding NASA ideas. True. Yeah, especially with our Congress we have now. Yeah, that we're not going to get very far. Not on the Democrat side, but on the GOP side. They're basically just running out the clock. Should be a law that says if you put stuff in space, you have to bring it back. Bring something. I agree, Jim. I agree. I agree. I totally agree. If it doesn't work anymore, or it's out of date, or you decide that it's not functional, yeah, you should bring it back. It floats in the atmosphere and then crashes down to Earth. Most things are deorbited and burn up. Parts are left to land in remote sections of the ocean. Ah, okay. That makes sense. NASA deserves respect. Yes, they do. I think they always did. I think they always have had respect, Nick. I think they always have. You know, Skylab was not easy to control. Well, I bet not. Yeah. But we have better technology now. And I think we learned a lot from the space shuttles. I think we learned a lot about things from that. The UK Space Agency has a replica rocket that kids can explore to try and get them interested in space. It was in Belfast a few days ago. Lots of stories about falling junk hitting poor defenseless fishes in the head. Yeah. Space shuttle was supposed to happen 2 years earlier. Yeah, I had heard that too. Did you hear that Russia wants to invade Poland? I've got to talk to Connie Kelly about that. Let's go to Mars if I've got a plan. I think that's one. That was the other question, and maybe Casper would know this. I know Ken would. What is going on with the rover? They haven't shown any pictures lately. The one rover that was taking the pictures of all the different things. Maybe I'm calling it the wrong thing. But we hadn't seen any pictures lately. We had for a while there we had seen some of the pictures, and we haven't seen them in a while. They got some amazing shots. Space Force is not responsible for the debris migration. NASA is. They are all waiting for Earth Moon elevator to be built. I haven't seen. Yeah, I haven't either, Casper. That's why I'm wondering if what happened with that, because there were some great pictures taken, and then it's like all of a sudden we didn't see anymore. Wes, behave or I'm going to time you out. And I'm going to have the mods time you out. They had some really impressive photos. If anybody hasn't seen the mod Carl Alessi Skylab movie, you should watch it. If somebody can put the link up there for the chat. It was a really good movie. Searching for Skylab, I think that's the name of it. Yes, they were amazing, Casper. I've seen the movies of spaceships going to Mars. Commander Cody went there. I would, I wish that people got more excited about space. Because we had such a back in the 80s and 90s, we had such a stronghold and had such a love for space, and we don't anymore. Searching for skylabs.com. It was a very, very, very good movie. I really enjoyed it. Carl did an excellent job of it on it. So if you can definitely go and watch it at Skylabs, searching for skylabs.com. It's our mod from House Chat. Carl Alessi, he produced it, wrote it, and got it off the ground. So please, please watch it. Ken also did a interview with Carl Alessi about searching for Skylab. You can also catch that too on Ken's other channel about space. Electromagnetic energy, we all are just pixels. It's a Venmo video and very inexpensive. Yeah, it was very good. So I'm just hoping that they show some more pictures from the rover. There is an app that Google has that you can have, and it will show you where the different stars and all that are. You point it up and it shows where the different stars. It's pretty neat. I have it on my Android. It's pretty interesting to watch and look at the different, the different, the Orion's belt and all of that. It's pretty cool. My in key is broken. Oh, this laptop. Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. The UK on the 26th of July is bringing into the law full disclosure for the public on UFO things. Really? Used laptop. I'm sorry, Ken. Was that the one that you were having trouble with earlier today, Ken? Have you seen anything, Casper, over there? UFOs or anything like that? I know I've seen like things here that I don't know if you can consider them UFOs, but they definitely were lights in the sky that weren't normal. But it's faster than mine. Yes, same one. Okay. Yeah, because you were having problems with that earlier. Oh, Wes. Seriously. So what is that? So what does that mean, Casper, if they do that full disclosure on the government having disclosed it to the public? Is that what you're talking about? I never have. There were news reports from years ago in rural parts of Ireland and sightings. That would make sense about Ireland. Were they over by the Stonehenge? That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. That definitely would make sense. You know, I have never seen one. I mean, I've seen videos and stuff. I know there's got to be something else out there, but I've never physically seen anything. I've seen different lights in the skies, but nothing. Benny Loco has. Benny had a really good video of one out by where she lives. You want to go to the moon too, Wes? Wes, the moon couldn't handle you. You guys are quiet tonight. I've been an annoyance to some, but it ever bugs me. Oh, Nick. You're not going to be blocked, Nick. So, Jim, are you nervous, excited? Are you nervous or excited about tomorrow's meeting? And do you have a plan for what's going to be said? Have they said anything about what you're going to talk about, or is it just they present stuff to you? I'm just going, oh, you're just going as an observer? Well, that'll be good. How long is the meeting? Do you know? Did they say how long you're going to be there? I'm so happy and excited for you, Nick. For you, Jim. It's a public meeting, so anyone can attend. I think Casper says, I think it means people will be able to put in for request to mod about notify about the sightings and things that if the army finds something can be public to be told. All right, so it's basically if they find something the public, they will have to disclose it. So that's interesting. I wonder if that would happen over here, Casper. You know, we have Area 51 over here. So I wonder if if the United States would follow like you guys are. Erin, you have anything you wanted to add or question or anything? I like my Benny Loco. Hang on a minute. I've watched some past videos of them. Most of the public work takes about 30 minutes. Then they go into executive session, and that lasts about an hour. That's where the shady stuff happens. Let me get that. Let me get the thing for Benny. Hang on 1 second. I gotta get this link for Benny. Because Benny's kind of coming on, Ken. Just to let you know, Ken, Benny's coming on. The 3 I've watched had no public attendance. No, Benny's gonna come on with me, Nick. She was in the chat earlier. Well, this might be a good thing, Jim, to have public there. Okay, she should be coming in any second. She saw the link. I know some of you drink and smoke weed, so when you get obnoxious, I just ignore you, Jim. BBC has a website called the BBC Rewind. It's the archive footage from all the regional and main news programs. Does BBC America have that, Casper? Because I watch BBC America a lot. That's where you saw the footage. See, Benny should be here any minute. I'm wondering if that's going to be on BBC America, Casper. Because that would be interesting to watch. All right, I'm letting her know, Ken. I'm not sure. I found it through the main BBC website. I'll have to look at that. Yes, Jim. I let her know, Ken. Do you see her in the queue? Casper, you're on Discord, right? Send me the link for that. That would be interesting to watch. Give her a second. Give her a second, Ken. Oh, crud. Ah. Yes, you missed the Zoom yesterday, Wes. No, you weren't there, Wes. I gotta go drive now. All right, Trucker John, thank you. If you can think of anything, let me know. Help me make this better so we can get back on track. Watch Trucker John on YouTube. Trucker John on YouTube. He's on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. We love watching Trucker John. I could watch it when I can, but we love watching Trucker John. You're welcome, Trucker John. It's 9 a.m., right? Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m., right, Trucker John? No, 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 no. Down, 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 down. I'll show you Gibson in a little bit. Okay. All right, I got it right, Trucker John. So Trucker John on YouTube, 9 a.m. Tuesdays and 9 a.m. Thursdays. So check him out, like and subscribe because we love Trucker John. No worries, Trucker John. Get to see the all exciting things that go on in Vegas when Trucker John is on. Yes, where eating is my forte. Yes. Yeah, but you know what? You've gone to some pretty good restaurants, Trucker John. I have to admit, you've been to some pretty good restaurants. I don't know if I can pull this up. I might be able to. I don't know if I can pull it up on here because I'm not very good at this, but let's see, and I think Trucker John showed it. The other day they showed the ball in Vegas with Trump on it, with the words Trump on it, and people were very, very excited, they got very upset about it. But if they looked at the rest of it, they didn't see what the rest of it said. Benny said that she has to restart her phone because it wasn't letting her do it. Let me see if I can find that for you. What is that Vegas ball called? The Vegas ball?
A lot of balls in Vegas.
Well, hello. You didn't tell me you were coming on. What is it called? What's it called
I have
again?
no idea.
But people didn't. I'm trying to show it. It had Trump on it, but people got all excited and all mad because it said Trump on it, but they didn't watch the rest of it. It said Trump 2024, and it had something underneath it. It's the spear. It's called, and it had the last one that it had on it was about Trump. And I'm going to try and pull it up.
It's right here. It's the Vegas. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the one with the Trump thing on it. And if you watch it, if you want funk Trump. But yesterday they had it where it had Trump on it, it had 2024, and then underneath it said, "Let's hope he loses." And people,
I thought it said 20 to 24 years in prison or something.
right, something like that, yeah.
But it did take a second if you didn't watch it for it to come up.
Right, if you didn't watch it, and everybody was in such an uproar over it. Yeah, Jim's seen it.
But I saw this one, so I don't know if it's even real.
The one that Midas Touch showed was the one that had the, but they had made a statement, you need to keep watching it, because people were assuming it just said Trump on it 2024, and you had to watch it all the way to see what they were talking about. Casper, we'll get you on Discord. I'll send you a link.
They all say that now, and I can't find the other one.
It says Spear West. Let's see, Spear with Trump.
What the hell?
Yeah,
it's
now
all
I can't.
over my feed. Oh, there it is. I don't know why it's playing this song. No, hold on. Get your fucking copyright straight.
Trucker John says he's never seen it, and I'm here every day. Yeah, there it is. Now keep watching it. Years in prison. Yeah, but it's an actual spear, Trucker John. Trucker John said it lives in Vegas. He says he hasn't seen it.
I'm not sure. Looks like I can see the. He hasn't seen it saying that. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if it's because, like I said, I just pulled up another one that said F Biden, so I don't know if it's. Who knows?
You're welcome, Casper.
First one I saw said, "Whoever lost their job for this, thank you."
Right, and that was shown by.
This says right here, several images on the sphere of the Venetian resort have been shown to be fake. The fake images have been created by using a filter such as the one available at TikTok.
So is it actual spear and they're just superimposing it, or there's no spear?
I think it's an actual thing. I could be wrong. Because it says the sphere at the Venetian resort, which sounds like a thing.
Benny Loco.
Look at that. The StreamYard wouldn't let me come in unless I came in through Chrome. It wouldn't access my camera or my microphone.
Oh, StreamYard's a pain sometimes.
So I'm like, what the fuck, StreamYard? It's never given me a problem ever, and I've been using it for a couple of years.
I don't know what fucking filter on TikTok that is. I've never seen that shit.
Brian, I'm sorry that I called you Rob twice today, and I didn't catch it. Is your middle name Robert?
No.
Somebody's coming through you named Robert, because it was insisting that I say Robert, and I'm like, who the fuck is Robert? Who do you know that's Robert that's not here anymore?
Jim says, look at that pretty face, Benny Loco.
Hi, Jim. How you doing, honey? Let me see if I can access the chat.
What are we even on right now?
We're on StreamYard, which is on being broadcast on
That's the one
YouTube.
I was talking about that Ken and I were working on today to transfer everything over. And it's a process because YouTube I've got to wait 7 days and then they can switch everything over to me. And it's a mess. So we can't switch everything over to me directly through StreamYard till we get Google straightened out.
Well, I've been using StreamYards, like I said, for a couple of years, and it's been pretty solid. The only beef that I have is not being able to see the chat unless you're on PC. You can either see the chat or not.
What do you use this for?
Sorry?
What do you use this for?
This is where I stream from, StreamYard.
You can
Hence
use
the name.
you can use YouTube Studio or you can use StreamYard.
Yeah.
You use
When
StreamYard.
I'm on the road, I stream through YouTube. When I'm at the house, I stream through StreamYards.
And you can stream it through different platforms, your Twitch, your Twitter, your
Right.
TikTok.
You can restream it other
You
places.
can restream it the other places, yeah.
Getcha.
I restream to BennyLoco.com, which is my page where all my stuff is.
But see, Hal uses something different. So,
Yeah, Hal's a fucking mastermind now. He's named after a supercomputer.
and allows simultaneous social media, yeah.
Has he mentioned that before?
What about him being named after a computer?
Oh,
Yes.
God, yes, of course.
All the time. But yeah, you can get through all your platforms on StreamYard. So you can stream all at the same simultaneously at the same time.
There's so much goddamn technology to know about that it's almost impossible unless you are a super geek. You know, and I'm a total tech tard, so I'm omitted from everything. If it's not a one push and play, I'm done, man. I'm fucking done.
Nick Rich says universal live streaming 2030.
Universal.
Yeah, that's what Nick Rich is saying.
We can stream to our alien brethren that way too. Universal sounds fun.
Well, they
How the
got,
hell you doing,
know
Rob?
what? They've got universal.
I called you Rob again. Whoever this Rob is, they are on top of you. Like they're watching over
I
you.
hope
Brian.
there's no Rob on top of me.
Oh,
Not on top of you like that. Like they're right fucking there. They're very present. Like right with you.
Brian's got his first troll, Benny.
Oh.
Where? Are there people here?
I had a very lucrative stream today because of a troll, and I was quite happy about it.
Why? Are there people watching this?
Huh?
There's people watching this right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were testing
All over
something
the
out.
world. All over the world, Brian.
We're worldwide, baby.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. Fuck you.
I don't give a fuck.
Why?
Listen.
What were they saying?
Who?
This Rob fella.
Oh, okay. I see.
Are you
I'm picking
sure
up
it's
what you're
not
putting down.
Wes? Are you sure it's not Wes?
Wes, you're not trolling Brian, are you? What?
I will tell you.
Oh my God! Look at
This
that!
is an idiot.
Look at that mud pie. Mm.
Yes, we know that. I know that, Ken.
Crumbly,
I
crumbly.
get close.
So what else is on the news? Anything?
Nothing. Oh, other than TikTok,
Here.
it's going to be called X now.
Twitter?
Yeah, it's going to be called X now. X now.
Like Twitter X or just X?
I
Is that real? Is that for real? Do you
don't.
have to make the symbol?
I'm not kidding. It's going to be called X.
They
Like,
should call
I'm
it.
asking, like, Twitter
I'm
X
not kidding.
or just X?
I'm
Holy
just
shit.
telling you.
Are they really changing it to X?
Yes, he is.
I think fucking Elon's taking too much X, if you fucking ask
Yeah,
me.
or something. It ain't cannabis, I can tell you that.
Fucking
I'm
guy
gonna
doesn't
show
know
it
what
to
he's
you.
doing.
Man, to have so much money and be such a spoiled little prick and not do a fucking goddamn good thing with it. That pisses me off. I can't stand these self-serving pricks. I really can't, because I'm a philanthropist. I'm just poor. I'm a poor philanthropist.
He's getting rid of the bird, and he's changing it to an X. And if I can find it, I'll show it to you. Oh crap! No, I don't want
Watch,
that.
it'll be
Up
the
there, Nick. Oh,
Confederate flag.
yeah. Listen, that thing should have been gotten done rid of like as soon as we won the fucking war. Should have been banned. This motherfucker is not welcome in this country. Seriously. But you know, I can never, all my life, I cannot understand how they allow these KKK and these fucking extreme motherfuckers to just run around willy-nilly and get bigger and badder and stronger. It has puzzled me my whole life. I'm like, why the fuck can't the federal government go and get rid of the fucking KKK? They're criminals. They're criminals.
Yes, they've been around for how many years?
I don't care how long they've been around. Crime's been around for a long time, too.
They're not going to do that.
Look at this picture.
What?
Oh, my God.
What the hell?
Well,
Oh,
he is like 6'7", but I'm going to say that's slightly exaggerated.
Is that his son? Oh,
yeah, but that's Photoshop. Oh, my God.
that has to be. That has to be Photoshop.
Of course it is. That kid in that picture is like fucking 12 feet tall. Oh my
That
God.
has to be Photoshop.
Oh my God.
Oh, here it is. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
shit.
what he turned into.
Oh my God.
Fucking idiot. How to kill a brand.
Hey.
That's why I said if Zuckerberg were smart, he'd snag that Twitter name. If he were smart, he'd
Zuckerberg's got enough dosh that he's doing nothing but playing spoiled little fucking white boy. I don't wish he would do anything more that makes him any more money than he's making all fucking ready. Jesus Christ. Where's the limit, man? How much fucking money is too much money when you're not doing anything good with it but starting shit?
I agree.
Pardon me.
I thought weed was supposed to calm you down.
Yeah, well, you know, you're talking about Elon, and that little motherfucker rips my fucking... Oh, he really does. It's like rubs my rhubarb very hard.
Yeah, he's
like, you could be doing great things, you silly little fucking twat. Why? Why? Why, Elon? Is it your name? Did you grow up and, you know, have a thing about your name and now you hate everybody? Elon?
Twitter. Jim the Geek says Twitter name is probably copyrighted and still owned by the Muskrat.
I don't even be smart enough to do that.
So did my mother, Wes. My mother could play any instrument you put in her lap. She could even make instruments out of things that weren't instruments. That comes out of, you know, struggle.
Oh, that's too funny.
Nothing good going on, though. Not that I
In the UK, Threads was a TV program about what would happen if nuclear war event. It was graphic and they banned it for years, is what Casper said.
What was it?
In the UK, Casper's over in Ireland. He's over in the...
Oh.
In the UK, Threads was a TV program about what would happen in a nuclear event. It was so graphic they banned it from
yeah, and here's Zuckerberg naming his new platform after a fucking nuclear event.
Somebody needs to look at that little insignia, what that means on there.
Women go crazy for accordionists. I know they do.
Remember,
Accordions?
well, look at the ones that were on, what's his name?
All the accordion players get the panties and bras
Mentioning
thrown at
earlier,
them.
the Lawrence Welk show. Didn't they have an accordion player?
Of course they did.
Yeah.
They had everything getting to one, then to two. He had a whole orchestra. Yeah, he did.
Yep.
And his dancers and his singers. Was he a Nazi? He might have been. I don't know. I don't know.
Stop. Oh my goodness.
He keeps posting these fucking polls. He thinks it makes him look good.
Who?
Trump, 2024 National Republican Primary. Trump, 53%. DeSantis, 17. Scott, 5. Christie, 4.
It's all a shit show on that side of the line, so it doesn't fucking matter. They're all fucking fuckwads.
Can you flip it?
Every last one of them.
Can you flip the camera or no?
Yeah, I think you can. Touch your screen. No, you can't. You can, but it's a pain in the ass on StreamYard. You go to
StreamYard.
You go to camera. No, I'm lying. You go to settings, or where it says more. Then you go to settings. Then you go to camera. Then you turn the shit around. See? Let me see. There we go. Turn around.
Yeah, but that shit doesn't matter because he's not running it. Roscoe.
Hey, little boy. Hey, little boy.
Roscoe. Look at that sad little baby's face. Look at his face.
Poor little old man. Little old man, little old man.
How old is he? Jim the Geek says, Benny, no, Welk escaped from the Nazis. Hey, Liberal Dan is here.
Holy sheep shit. Hi, Dan. Fuck, man. How you doing, son? You're not, expletives are welcome here, and goddamn skippy they are. I think you found it. No, there he goes. You found it.
Oh.
That was relatively painless. You just made another parody?
You just made another parody? Oh, cool.
Is it uploaded? Is it downloaded?
Is it uploaded, Liberal Dan?
Is that him with Bill Clinton? He posted dumb as shit.
Hey, Aaron, post the link for Liberal Dan.
What the fuck is this now? Merrick Garland, deranged Jack Smith, and coordinating Democrat prosecutors in New York and Atlanta have become the campaign managers for the most corrupt, incompetent president in United States history, Joe Biden. Who would have thought this could happen to our once great country? Very sad. Make America great again.
That's a pretty good impression there.
Just think of it, between Mueller, deranged Jack Smith, and congressional committees, over 100 million. Yeah, he said 15 million, and then 5 seconds later he said 100 million. Might as well just be a trillion. Just call it a trillion.
I have a brain injury, and I can't imagine the fucking mixed up salad that's inside that man's head. I mean, seriously.
Look at this. The fucking the sentence, the whatever he said, the truth right before. In order to steal another election through prosecutorial misconduct at levels never seen before in the U.S., deranged Jack Smith has already spent over 25 million. Very next one. $100 million has been spent investigating me.
He's such a dick.
Get a big awakening because Tara Dublin just posted that there's press outside the D.C. courthouse. Something's going to be happening. There's quite a few press trucks there at the D.C. courthouse.
What's there?
Press trucks are sitting. There's a bunch of press trucks sitting in front of the DC courthouse.
Huh.
I bet you indictment going down tomorrow. I'm being very productive tonight. Yeah.
But he wouldn't
Good
show up.
on
He
you.
wouldn't show up tomorrow. He wouldn't have to show up tomorrow, though, even if he was indicted, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. Which,
I
you
don't
know,
know if he has to
is
show up or
another thing
not.
that grinds my gears. Because if any of us had to fucking show up to court and be indicted,
Because
we'd have to
last
show up.
time he was indicted and given a date, like he had to present himself by such and such a date.
Yeah, I think he
It
still.
wasn't
I
like
think he
long,
still
but-
has to show himself.
I can't take these fucking kid gloves anymore.
I don't see.
I think he has to present himself, but he doesn't have to stay for like if they have make him
He hasn't
stay over
posted
for the being bound over or something like that.
Usually he'll post about it.
Oh, you know he's going to because he can't keep his mouth shut. They can use that shit against you.
Today's Friday. Today's Sunday. So it's going to be a busy fucking week, guys.
Yeah, well.
It's going to be a busy week of shit going down.
Well, they already sent him out last week or the week before that he's going to be indicted. So now it's just them doing it, which will probably be either tomorrow or Tuesday. Because if they've got press out there already, it's
Nick, I'm going to tell you, I firmly believe that he should be charged with at least negligent homicide for the deaths of all the Americans who died of COVID. Because he fucking screwed the pooch.
Yep.
We had a really good system in place, and not that many people had to die, but they died because he told everybody it was a fucking flu. It would go away. All the excuses that he made. That's negligent homicide, and I can't imagine why that's not one of the charges.
Oh,
Even though we don't know all the charges. This guy's gonna have charges coming for the fucking rest of his miserable life.
Yeah, remember he's got Georgia left.
How do I do it?
Ah.
This guy, it used to be funny too.
Yeah, I know. That motherfucker jumped the shark, old goat boy.
Did you hear this yet?
Was that Gutfeld?
No, I can't even watch him. He makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Hey, do you watch? What's her name?
Yeah.
I think I sent you her link, Rob, on the Instagram. Stella? You know Stella?
Yeah, I love Stella.
I fucking love Stella. If I could have another baby, I would want her to be Stella.
Jim the Geek says he should be fingerprinted, DNA'd, hauled and mugged and shotted and detained in full trial. Yes, he should be.
Yeah. You know, anybody else would be. There's people.
I was talking to Stella before she was famous.
People in prison doing hard time for fucking doing so much less than this man has done.
Jim the Geek said, read today that there are maybe 6 rounds of charges against the Orange Tangerine.
We all live in an orange tangerine. And I want the fuck out of it. You know what I mean?
How
you
many
know,
years? Too many years hearing that name.
Oh, yeah, I tell you. Intermittent audio. Oh, Nick. Can you refresh it, honey?
Nick's been having some problems the last couple nights.
Yeah.
He's having some issues, but we'll get him set up. I saw a video earlier of one of the Fox hosts' mom, who is a Democrat, called into the show. Yeah, that was Jesse Waters, Casper.
But then I read somewhere that she's a consummate guest on that show, that she calls in frequently, that they have her call
he
in.
just got that gig. He just got that gig. He took over for Tucker.
What was he doing prior to that?
That
Same
I'm not
shit,
sure.
different time slot.
Dan just posted his fat man rant.
That man in a little coat.
Top Ukrainian official predicts that the war will be over in Ukraine.
Oh,
Warren Bulletin just posted that.
I wish that Putin could go swimming with Osama bin Laden as well. Him and Donnie, drop him and Donnie in the drink. Take all these dictators and drop them in the drink. Set these people free. That's my fucking feel on it. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
wow. Brian.
Yeah.
Russia bombards Odessa Historic Center, kills 1, injures 21. Kiev.
Yeah, I posted a couple pictures of the people cleaning up
Oh,
and a couple of the targets that they hit. Which
Yeah, I
those
haven't
were
heard
military targets.
from Philip today, so I hope he's okay.
Where's he staying anyway? I forget.
He's in Kiev.
yes, he is.
Yep, I saw that, Liberal Dan, that it's up. Nick Rich, get out of the YouTube and reset your phone. Turn your phone off and turn it back on.
I had to do that to mine. Actually, I think I said that.
Shut down and restart, basically, Nick. You have to turn your phone off and restart it.
That's like the famous IT first thing they tell you when you call IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Can you see this map, or is it too small?
And we can see it.
Speak for yourself, Andrea.
Well, we can see it. We can't see the names, but we can see it. Now we can see it better.
So, situation at the end of today. Russians say they're gaining ground near Klachivka in like this area here.
Liberal Dan.
And that's according to the Russians.
I saw what you posted about how many.
Right there.
I saw what you posted about how many, about what Russians have lost since the 23rd of July.
Yeah, they're up over 240,000. Oh, this is a bigger picture of it right here. So this is according to the Russians. This is the Ukrainian troops, I want to say.
Do you believe the
Russians? No man's land. Well, I mean, if they're gonna tell you that the fucking Ukrainians are gaining ground, it must be worse than, you know what I mean? They're probably They're probably downplaying. So if they're willing to even say that they're gaining ground,
yeah, I can dig it, but their fucking misdirection and propaganda is so fucking.
Yeah, so you don't really know. I mean,
you don't know.
You don't. I mean, Ukraine does, but we don't. From what they're saying, and they're never right. So. That's why Philip is so important there.
You know what kills me? It's the fucking 21st century, and we should be so much further along than we are. And these Republicans, as far as I'm concerned, I'm 62 years old, and they have impeded our progress every day that I have been alive.
Jim says Ukraine trying to cut off all the railroad and highways that supply Crimea.
Yeah, correct. Blinken says Ukraine has reclaimed about half the land Russia seized.
You want to hear something funny?
What?
My fourth cousin was Thomas E. Dewey, and it was printed in the papers that he won the election against Truman. But he didn't win. But the papers said he did. All the papers said he did. And he gracefully said, no, I didn't win. It was a mistake. And he was a Republican.
Oh, shit.
That's how long ago.
Yeah, they've come far.
That's how far they've fucking fallen.
They've fallen that far.
But yeah, I could have been royalty.
Ooh, you are royalty, Benny.
I could have been. Yeah,
Jim
because
goes, wow, Benny, you're older than dirt. Laugh out loud.
yeah, I am older than dirt.
All right, guys.
Somebody's got to be older than
Tomorrow.
dirt. Might as well be
You're
me.
leaving us already.
Have a good one, Brian. I'm sorry I keep
Thank
calling
you,
you Rob,
Brian.
but forgive me.
You
Listen,
call me
I want
whatever
you
the
to think
fuck
about
want, Benny. I
who
don't
you
care.
know that's named Rob that's no longer on this realm with us.
He's got a troll, I told you. He's got a troll finally.
Rob.
No. This is something that's around him. It's around him. Think about it, kiddo. You got an angel watching after you. I'm so happy you got one.
Maybe my girlfriend's ex-husband's name.
Oh,
Ooh.
shut the front door. Is that what I'm getting?
I mean, that's his name. I don't know what the fuck you're getting.
Holy shit.
Damn.
And that's what it is. Then it's all over. You get it off. That's all.
Good. Tell him she's all over me.
Yeah, get the fuck away from Brian, you bastard. Oh my God. There we go. Thank you. I knew if you thought, enough about it, that you'd something would loosen it up, and there it is. That's what's on
Well,
you.
believe me, I thought of it right when you said it the first time. I was like, that motherfucker. But you guys have a good night. I'll
Right,
talk
you
to you
too,
Brian.
tomorrow
Thank you.
in the chat as usual. Oh no, what's tomorrow? Yeah.
Tomorrow's
Monday.
but Hal's traveling to Kentucky today, so I'm not sure if he's doing a morning show yet.
Oh,
Does that mean he has to be Ficus the whole time when he's in Kentucky? He has to be.
No, Ficus doesn't travel well.
Oh, that's right too. He has to be at the house.
I wish he
That's
had
what I
a
was thinking the
Ficus,
other day.
man.
When
I wish he had a
somebody was
Ficus.
like, "Yeah, you can take over the show when he's not there," and I'm like, "That means I'd have to fly to fucking Las Vegas because I don't have any of the shit to do."
Yeah, he's gonna be doing family stuff there. He has a funeral to go to, so
I'm
We
gonna
all
put
got
on
it.
about 13 seconds of a World War II movie, and my eyes will be closed.
There you go.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, honey.
I
Have a
thank
good
you
one.
again, Brian.
You're very welcome.
I was gonna make a video premiere later, but I didn't want to interfere with Hal's show. Hal's not gonna. I don't know if he's gonna definitely be on tomorrow morning, Dan. You can still do it, Dan, and YouTube will replay it as a premiere. They do it to Hal all the time, and Hal doesn't even know it half the time. The live chat comes on and everything. YouTube's famous for doing that.
YouTube's famous just all the way around. Everybody knows.
No, YouTube does it to anybody. What they do is they showcase your show and they premiere it. But when they do it, they act like it's a live show. When it isn't, it's just a replay. The chat is live. And it freaks everybody out when they do it because
When they can't talk to the host.
But there's no host. It's a replay.
Right. I've seen that.
And then everybody freaks out.
Because I can't talk to the host. They're not answering me. They're not reading the chat. Is this live?
And then I get an alert saying that the chat's on, and I'm having to go to Hal going on. We're doing a show right now, really? And it's like no, and then I have to re-look at it and realize.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because it doesn't tell you that it's not a live show, just the chat's live.
The crazy streets of YouTube. That's all I got to say about that.
Have you gotten the new updates? I hate them.
The what?
The new updates that YouTube did. Oh,
I never look at the updates.
Oh, good luck. Good luck.
Not since I started.
Oh, they've been. You got to update because man, oh Pete.
It updates all by itself. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, but when you see them, you should see some of them. You'll see it coming up soon because man, oh Pete, it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain.
Oh.
So, hundreds and then thousands, and then you stop looking. What? If it ain't broke, why fix it? Exactly, Jim.
It's too good to answer the chat. That's another one. It's funny. People are funny.
Wes, you get to hear my parody early.
Listen,
You are a Patreon.
I'm still trying to get used to the fact that you can talk to the host of the show at all. You see, in the old days when I was coming up, you couldn't talk to the host of the program
Yeah.
unless you wrote them a fucking letter, and chances of them
Well,
writing back were slim to none.
They didn't even have the comments up where people could comment.
No.
So
this is. I mean, people are just fucking never satisfied. Knock it off.
Well, no. Exactly.
Seriously.
Exactly.
I can't.
I offer. Ken go. Wes goes. I offered to call. I don't even have the phone line set up yet. Wes.
That's weird, Nick.
I do trust you, Wes. I just don't have it set up yet. I told you this is all being transferred over. It's a process. It's a process, Wes. Be patient.
Yes, imagine trying to chat with Walter Cronkite while he was reading the news, which was really the news.
Right.
It wasn't an opinion. It wasn't projection. It was the news.
That would be so cool if you get to talk to Walter Cronkite.
Oh, I would love to have Walter back.
That would be so cool.
A young Walter in this day and age would be fucking kicking ass and taking names.
Yes. Oh, that would be so cool.
That's just a fact.
That would have been so cool.
Mm-mm-mm.
Right, Liberal Dan? Oh, wait, that might have been before Liberal Dan's time. I love you, Liberal Dan. I gotta remember, Liberal Dan is much, much younger than us.
Is he now?
Us oldies.
Was he like 35?
38, 39, something like that.
Yeah, in those 30-ish years. After 35, for sure.
Thanks for making me feel young, Liberal Dan says.
No. How old are you, Dan?
He's in his 40s. He's still younger than us.
You're holding up pretty good.
47. He's still young.
You're still shiny.
Dan is single-handedly keeping Facebook going.
How many children do you have, Dan? Does Dan have children?
Yes, he has 2.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Because it seems like the more kids you have, the older you get, the faster you get old.
Oh, yes, that's true. Very true.
They wear you down.
2 kiddos, 14 and 10.
They wear you down.
He gets to go through the teenage years.
I still have a 12-year-old.
They always, Casper says they always showed ABC News on BBC for an hour at night when I was younger.
Huh.
Tina Piazza, Benny!
Hey, Tina. What's going on? Let's get it!
Tina, somehow send me a whisper on there, or send Ken a whisper so we can give you the link when we switch everything over to Twitch. So we don't lose you, okay?
What's a whisper? Is that on Threads?
A whisper is like a DM on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
It's just called
I don't know what none of that technical jargon means.
I don't think Dan has a job. He's always on vacation or eating at a restaurant. Jim says that to Dan. Oh, Nick.
It kind of seems that way. But, we only see him.
We went to the movies today.
Sure.
Oh wait, was that yesterday you went to the movies, Dan? Oh, Nick, I'm sorry, hon.
Is it he's still having audio issues?
Yeah. He's like, it's worse than talking to the air. Sorry, guys, I'm gone. Maybe the replays sound better. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. Nick, message me in Discord. I'm sorry.
Go listen to something that sounds good.
I'm just working from home, so it always seems like I'm on vacation. No, how many cruises? Wait, you got a cruise coming up, Dan, don't you? Johnny thinks that's what we like to watch. Oh, Wes. Which network had Dan Rather on it? I thought CBS did.
I don't remember. It's been.
I
It
remember
seems like
CBS had Dan Rather. Walter Cronkite was ABC. Oh, no. Dan Rather. Let me think. Walter Cronkite was ABC. Because there was only ABC, NBC, and CBS.
ABC, NBC, CBS.
I think Dan Rather was on CBS. And I'm trying to think who was on NBC.
I can't.
Dan Rather was CBS. Liberal Dan, who was on NBC back then? Because Walter Cronkite was ABC.
Now there's thousands of channels to
Yep.
consider and choose from.
Yep. No, Cronkite was CBS too. Are you sure?
For choice.
Wiki says Dan Rather was ABC. Tom Brokaw was on NBC. WikiLeaks says Rather was on ABC. So that means that Walter Cronkite was CBS. You don't remember who was before Brokaw? I don't remember either. Oh, you gonna water your plants, Benny?
Well, not yet. But I'm out here. I'm out here.
See how much the rabbits got into the stuff today.
Oh, stop. I don't even want to. I already looked and I'm not happy, but look at this.
Ooh, you might get some rain tonight, Benny.
Nah, but it looks like it could rain, but
yeah, it looks like it.
It's not going to, though. I'm sure it's not.
That'd be nice if it was.
But it won't. See, it's all clear. It's just this little patch, and it's not doing anything, and not even up on the mountain.
Oh, wow. How much rain does the desert actually get? Do they get rain like we get rain?
It hasn't rained here in a couple of years. So.
After switching batteries and restarting, hearing you guys. Yay, Nick. And Walter Cronkite was on CBS and Brokaw was on NBC.
Let me do this. You know, I'm out here, so I'm just going to water. Oh, that rose bush looks so freaking pretty.
Yeah, it's getting, hang on a second. I'm getting messages from the boss here.
The boss. Drop everything for the boss.
Rather was a field reporter in Vietnam, replaced Walter Cronkite at CBS. We got 30 minutes of being on, and then we're gonna close up shop.
Close your eyes.
I was referring to Ken, Liberal Dan. Which one? Your white roses, Benny?
All of them are saying hello.
Look at those white ones. Oh my goodness.
They're
Look how pretty.
popping all over the place. Then I got these.
Benny is giving us a tour of her ranch.
This is my tribute garden to the garden that fucking wicked witch of the west tore out. This is my little tribute garden to that.
Those are mini roses, right?
Well, they're smaller than these for sure, and those are smaller than these, and these white ones are about the same size as those.
Right.
But yes, I'm gonna give them a nice haircut after they're done blooming.
What, Dan? Casper, so pretty. Yeah, they're very pretty.
Now the rabbits don't really bother the roses or these little flowers here that I'm watering.
What kind of flowers are those, Benny?
I have no fucking idea. I just bought them because they're pretty. And I was like, it doesn't matter really what they are because it was just like these are like test plants to see what they're going to devour and what they're,
Right. Right. But
leave alone.
they're doing very well.
Well, that's because I love them. See that shit?
What fertilizer do you use on them?
I don't use fertilizer on them. I use compost.
Yeah, that's what Wes was just talking about.
What, compost?
Compost, yep.
Yeah, composting's cool. I wish they had a giant fucking loamy at the rate that I use compost. But having a bin where you put your stuff and circulation and moisture,
Right.
make your own loamy, and it doesn't have to be plugged in. Things biodegrade pretty quick.
All right, Dan. Thank you for swinging by.
Bye-bye, Diane. I can't see the chat, but
Oh,
thank you for.
Benny says bye. Next
Thanks.
week will be better, Dan. I'll get my shit together.
Look at the color difference.
Why is there such a difference? Look how
Because
vibrant.
this one's brand new and this one is
This one's
going
not
away.
going- Yeah.
Yeah, there's different stages,
It's so pretty.
Like this one is a baby.
Look at that. Oh, it hasn't even budded yet. Aw.
Then we got this stage.
Up, something's eating your leaves. The caterpillar's eating your
Yeah,
leaves.
I got something in there, but you know what? Whatever it is, I'm hoping it enjoys it. Cause look, it's not really hurting the flower, is it?
Get you some
Neem oil.
cinnamon. I wonder if it's the white fireflies.
Well, hello, ladies. Okay, be careful. Look before you leave. Still waters run deep. There's my ever-invasive freaking plant that I thought was flowers, but it's not.
It's pumpkins. Is that the pumpkin one?
Yeah, but it's not even pumpkins.
It's a, what do you call it? Squash.
Some kind of ornamental squash.
Yeah, squash. I thought about that the other day after you said pumpkins. I'm like, no, I didn't like it.
Hey, Nat, can you grab this, honey? No. She can't. There goes Roscoe. Oh, I did it again. I keep knocking the thing off over here, the hose. Driving myself crazy. No, it's like,
It looks like little tiny pumpkins.
I know, they're not even really even orange though, they're yellow.
Yeah, they look like those little tiny pumpkins you get in the store.
Oh my God damn it.
If only the rabbits would eat those.
Yeah, right? We could have it, all of it. Look, it's taking over. My flowers were in there.
Oh, you've got a new. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. It just took. It took these. It took down. You know, they're not doing so good anymore because it's killed them. I'm glad they're bulbs though, because I can redo those.
Sparkle today. Aw.
They done ate that plant down to nothing. I don't even remember what it was.
Oh, wow.
They're hungry little fuckers.
Apparently, Benny. They destroyed a plant.
A plant. I wish it was just a plant, but it's a learning curve here because I'm finding out. You know, look at that. Even from the last time you saw it,
Yeah, no, you should. Oh, man.
it's almost gone now. They've eaten every plant out of there. Man, shit. But I'll
Nick,
keep
Nick,
watering it as long as it's green.
Nick wants to know anything cannabis species growing there, Benny?
No, not really.
Not really.
Not really. It's too goddamn hot right now. It's not the time of year. Unless I was doing indoor and nope. Not doing that. I'm just trying to stay cool and
What kind of those ones that you're looking at right now? What kind of flowers are those?
bougainvillea.
And look at her cactus. Her cactus is doing so good.
It's got babies. It's got little babies all the way
Oh, the
around
babies
it.
have gotten bigger since you last showed me the.
Sorry? I missed the question.
I don't know. I don't know what the question. Oh, no, they've gotten the cactus babies. They've gotten bigger.
Yeah, they're getting bigger. Of course they are. Yeah, they're doing a number at this too, man. Oh, look at that. Look what they've done to it.
Wow, they got into that, didn't it? What is that?
Yeah. I saw a rabbit out here today when I came out. I don't know, to go bring Rand his, whatever the hell I had to bring him. I don't remember. I had to bring him something. But yeah, they totally tore that up.
How's Rand doing?
He's, you know, he took a hell of a fall. I'll tell you what. He's going to the doctor Monday, the surgeon, to hopefully get his staples out.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they'll do some more x-rays there, and the doc will see how he's moving around, right?
Are they gonna get him? Have they gotten him up and walking yet, or not yet?
He's not so much, no. He's getting up out of the bed to get into the wheelchair to wheel to the bathroom now.
Right.
That's a plus.
Well, that's good.
Here's another color of that bougainvillea.
Look at that. Look how
Aren't they
vibrant it
beautiful?
is.
I love them. I love them. I got to get a whole nother garden started here. They've eaten my rose, my little miniature rose. Look at that. They did. I can't, I love little critters, but this is just not right.
You're just gonna have to find something that
Yeah, that they don't like to eat.
that they like to eat, but put it in an area where they
No,
can't.
because they'll still come back and eat what I got. So I just got to find stuff that they don't like to eat. Like, they don't like to eat cactus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can grow cactus out the ass. They don't bother with that.
Well, ouch. No, they wouldn't.
They all the cactuses bloom. I'd love to get some prickly pear cactus. That is gorgeous, and it's delicious. The fruit's delicious. Oof. Here we go. Okay.
Wes says put a half a bottle of beer in the garden.
Half a bottle of beer, huh?
It works in Illinois.
Get the rabbits drunk. Okay, I gotta go around the other way. I gotta go back in the way I came out. Oh.
What's the
Okay.
temperature over there today?
I don't know. I don't know. It was probably about 102. It wasn't ungodly. It was tolerable. It's probably about 100 now. See, if I touch my phone, it's gonna go somewhere that will
Yep.
take me away from here.
Yep.
Let me see if it says it anywhere. Not that I can see.
Let's see. I can look it up.
Oh. Hey, up and at 'em. Back where it's a little bit cooler than it is right here.
Vegas, right?
No, don't, you don't have to look. Seriously. I can see for miles and miles. This is, I wish you could zoom in with the camera, but you can't. You can't.
It says it's 100 there now.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's
Yep.
about right.
It says it's 100 and it's very hot.
I'm guessing that's about right. All right. That was productive.
Well, you got it done early. That sky, though, that sky's.
Yeah, it's a postcard every day, every night. Just absolutely.
Oh, wait.
You only get to see so many of those, and then you never see them again.
Yep.
Not on this side.
Jim says if you have to ask, it's too hot.
If what? What? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you guys are under an excessive heat warning, according to this.
Yeah. Well, we're in the desert.
Yep. That's not a surprise then. Rabbits are starving if they are eating flowers, but forgive me, it might be the best to let Wes. Wes.
Listen, they were here before I was. I'll just find plants that they won't eat. This,
Yep.
like I said, this is a experiment. Gardening in the desert.
Yep.
Oh, yum, 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 yum.
Oh,
Yes, Roscoe.
here's Bosco.
Dude, if the coyotes get them, that's good for the coyotes. But my cats stay in the house. They don't go
They're
out
creatures. They're
because cats are coyote food as well. In case you didn't know.
Ken, you okay?
Hooey.
Hit that like.
If there were more fires in Greece, they evacuated roads.
Hit that like button.
There's a lot of.
Should I feel privileged if my environment is horrible, then let's say 80 for the next few months? Sorry where you reside. Wes says he hopes that your little project has joy in it.
All my little projects have joy in it. That's why I do them.
Yep. Okay, Ken. Can you hold out for 10 more minutes, Ken?
I rather like the weather here, Nick. I don't have to be here. I choose to be here.
It's not, it went like today. I went out. I had to go pick up my groceries at Walmart. And it was 10 o'clock in the morning. And oh my gosh, it was so freaking hot. Like to where you couldn't breathe. It was so hot. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm just like, holy hell.
There's 3 Kens in the chat.
No, there's one Ken in the chat.
I see 3 different Kens.
Ken, are you multiplying? Nope, there's only one Ken. Well, no, he has Ken Otto, and then he's got the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, a new one.
Okay, there's 2 freedom of speech in you.
3 social media links.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just checking because you did.
Yeah, we're gonna like I said, we're slowly transferring stuff. I got the Twitch one set up, but we can't. And I got the Google set up and the YouTube one set up, but we can't transfer anything because I have to wait 7 days and then I can.
Yeah.
YouTube says I can do them all. So
Pain in the butt for sure.
and then I gotta get the StreamYard out of his thing and into my thing, and that's a process. Roscoe. So we'll have it hopefully up by next week. And the computer desk comes in tomorrow, and the computer comes the following week.
1 times 1 equals 1. That's absolutely right. If I knocked on the wood because my life was perfect, would that be a curse for anyone else? I don't know. I don't knock on wood.
The squirrels that were plaguing me the past few years seem to have moved to better environments. And the tree is even gone. Oh, wow.
I have to absolutely let this little man out because he will not cease to bark. He just keeps going.
How old is Roscoe?
Come on, little man. I'm going to say all of 14.
Oh, he's an old boy.
Yeah. We've had him for about 11 years. He just showed up on the porch one day. Somebody dumped him out or he ran and they couldn't catch him. Nobody ever claimed him. So, yeah. And that's how Roscoe got adopted.
Oh,
What are you going to do?
he's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
Roscoe is a town that sort of is like part of Rockford. Was. Wes, you cracked me up. Oh, we've got about 10 minutes here, and then we're going to wrap things up. Next week's show will be better, guys.
It always gets better.
Yep.
You know?
Let's just get back into the groove again.
Back in the New York groove.
The groove again.
Hey, I'm going to fuck off out of your kitchen and go talk to my granddaughter. She's been staying at her friend's overnight, so I want to make sure she had fun.
Ooh, all that good stuff. Yep.
Yeah, man. So I love you guys. Andrea, thanks for the link and having me up.
Thank you for coming.
Feel better, Kenneth. We're all keeping you in our good vibe area.
Yep.
Everybody in chat land. Oh, I love you guys. I'll see you.
All right, bye, Benny. Thank you. All right, guys. I'm going to get settled down and wind down. And anything that you can think of that can get this show better, I promise it will get better. We're just doing a transition, and I promise it'll get better. So if you have any ideas, you guys, most of you have my Discord. Twitter forever, how long I'm going to have it. Probably won't be much longer. ADM FLA, Florida Girl, ADM FLA GURL 38 on Twitter. Same thing on Threads, same thing on Instagram, and same thing, on Google. You're welcome, Casper. Plus, most of you guys see me in house chat anyway, so you can always catch me there. Yes, dancing girls. Yep. Thank you, Wes. Good night, Benny. It's going to get better, guys. We're just going to get through it. Okay? Yes, and living in it. Yes. Those are all going to be, everything's going to all be set up. I mean, Ken's going to help me get everything transferred. Good night, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. And we're going to get the Discord and everything. But for now, with the Discord, though, anything other than the space stuff, and Ken will still post the space stuff, but anything that has to do with freedom, speech, and you will come from me on the Discord. So, any notices or anything like that will get worked out. And we're going to keep the outro the same. We're not changing that because I love the photography on it. So we're going to keep that the same. So just be patient with us as we're trying to get everything transferred and done. And we appreciate you for doing that. Is there anything else anybody wants to ask or add? The easiest way to improve engagement with newbies is to allow newbies to comment. Agreed. Anybody got any more questions? I think we lost Erin. She's been very quiet tonight. Discord still confuses me. Wes, you don't go on Discord enough to get used to it. Thank you, Ken. All right, guys, we've got a couple more minutes here. Is there anything else you guys wanted to add? Wes. Yeah, I literally had a lab rat outside my house. One of the cats decided to drop a baby rat off to me last night on the porch. That's funny, Wes. That's a chipmunk, Wes. Alvin is a chipmunk, not a rat. He's a chipmunk. Alvin and the Chipmunks, Wes. Okay, you all. Anybody else got anything to ask or add or want to add on to next week's show? Because next week it's going to be busy. Yes. Oh, I don't know, Nick. Hal's traveling today, so I'm not exactly sure. We may have a morning show. I don't know. I haven't heard from him yet today, so I don't know what's going on. We may or may not have a morning show, but definitely we'll have an afternoon show. So I'm not exactly sure on that. You'll know when I post it in Discord. So I will let you know when, and hopefully the next time when we get here, I can see the chat up top. So, all right, guys, we're gonna go. It's like 1 minute to 10:30. We're gonna get the credits going or the outro going. Thank you, boss, Dims, Boston Brian. Thank you, Benny, for being here. Thank you, Liberal Dan, for popping in. Thank you, Wes. Thank you, Casper. Thank you, Aaron, the greatest mod ever. Thank you, Nick Rich. Thank you, Jim the Geek. Thank you, Janie, for being here. Let's see. Thank you, Ken, for always got my back on this. Trying to get everything transferred. Thank you for those that were on Twitch tonight. I couldn't see it, so I didn't exactly get to see who was on there. Thank you to those that are on Facebook, because I couldn't see that you were on there, but thank you. And I'll get my shit together and it'll be better. Just give me, I get it back in the groove again. It's been a while since I haven't been on here, so we'll get everything set up and we'll have everything lined up again. And I'll have a green screen and we can actually show stuff. Okay. So if Ken, you want to show the outro, you can.